And I said, for the for a few months, I can say a few months, for 6 months, for the first year, I was solo. For the last 12 months, I've been trying to hire and scale and grow, right? And I feel like I'm doing a bad effort at it. But, he said, are you not finding talent or is it the process? And I said, I thought it was talent at first. Then I realized, dude, I'm trying to find talent and tell these people, go do it. Good luck. I'll help you as much as I can. But I didn't give them a script. You guys know I gave them a framework because that's what I believed in personally. I said, dude, I'm not reading a script. I'm not giving my team a script. I'm finding closers that are good enough. Thing is, I'm not going to find somebody that I trust on the phone as much as Noah Clark right around every corner. So what I need to do is I need to build a system and a process that is so good that I can trust giving it to the guy right around the corner. And as long as he follows it, he gets results. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So that's where we're at right now. And so in building this, that is the intention. But how can I create something so good and so perfect I can give it to the guy around the corner and we close deals? And the script has been pretty good. My new guy, his name's Jason. He was in the group. He's been in the group for a really, really, really long time. I haven't really spoke to him too much ever. He's never really showed up here and there. But he's a real, real young guy. And I told myself I won't hire anybody below 35 ever again. With Jason, I said, screw it, Jason. I'll give you a shot. And his second call, he's got energy. The kid's got energy to him. And I like his mentality. So that was obviously why I said, get in here. And his second call, close somebody. Read the script word for word, closed the lady. And then within his first week, the KPI for my closers is, hey, you need 2 contracts a week. And it was like the last day of his first week in with us. And he got a second contract. It's going to be a fat deal, like 40 to 50. And so he's obviously super pumped. And it was from reading the script word for word. And so I said, okay, we got something built here. Like this is, yeah, and it follows the framework perfectly. So I might have told you guys if you guys were in the last call, somebody asked, are you guys using Claude for your wholesale business? Guys, use all these AI tools for everything. Use them. Use them. Doesn't matter. Claude, whoever asked that, I think it was Rita. I don't know if he's in here. Yeah, like I'm using Claude a lot for a bunch of different things. And one, it created a scoring system. It'll take the transcript from the calls and it will match it to our scoring system. And if they read the script word for word and close somebody, they'll score 100. Like that's how it was designed. So yeah, use these tools. Find every single way to make your team better. Find every way to, if you want to grow in this business, if you guys want to stay solo, tell you what, guys, being solo in this business is cool if you're okay working or if you're okay not making a ton of money. And scaling this business is also cool if you're okay working and not making a lot of money. And that's what you'll have unless you put these processes in place ultimately for people to follow and not think. They can't think, they just have to follow. And then if you could take somebody and give them an awesome foundation that you've already built and then train them from there and they're internally and intentionally hungry and they want to get better, I just feel that that's the only way to build a winning culture. So anyway, I've been trying to do this the hard way. Let's rock and roll. I want to dive into these handles. I call them closer handles, objections, things that sellers are going to say regularly, responses we're going to get. And I want you guys as well. Shoot, we got 50 minutes. I'm going to run through this. It ain't going to take me 50 minutes. We're going to have a while here to, maybe not a while, have a few minutes to add some more as well and keep building this. And for all of you guys here, shoot, I'm going to have to write down your names, grab this document that we built. I want to send it to all you guys for being here, for putting the work in with me, and for building this and wanting to go be great. So, y'all ready to rock? Alrighty, so tired of call handles. Now, this is just the top. This is Appendix A, right? So this is on the front end of the call. Guys, these are just things people are going to say regularly. Now, do we need to train all these? No. Do I need to read through all these with you for you to know them? No. But like the first one, well, who are you? Jason, my new guy says, well, what do I say when they ask who I am? Hey, my name's Jason. I work with America's Best in whatever city we're in. Whatever city we're calling in, that's the city you're in because you're calling them right now. I'm with a small group that's buying real estate. And then move on. Okay? And then the next one. Well, I wasn't looking for an offer. I want you guys to understand something. I was just talking to Jason. He called me right before this. He said, hey, I'm on the phone with this guy right now. I'm about to make him an offer. Let's talk through this. I told him we'll be between 300 to 400 just so he wouldn't get off the phone. And I said, whoa, 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 whoa. I said, hold on. We've been training for a couple weeks now. We don't do that. And then he, kind of re-explained it. But just know, if somebody Jason, he reads the script word for word. He says, no, what if these people really don't want to deal with it? They don't want to talk. They don't want to have a conversation. Okay, then they're not serious. So if they say, I wasn't looking for an offer, what I want you guys to do, push back. Well, you told my partner you wanted an offer here and that whatever notes you possibly have. If they were looking for a certain price, if there was a certain timeline, if it's vacant or occupied, whatever it is, you want to insert that to let them know, hey, I've been here. We already spoke to you. You told us this. But if you could just update me and tell, oh, I just moved down. I'm the guy that was going to make you an offer. That's what they need to know. So there's one of two things when somebody says I wasn't looking for an offer, or if they tell you, wrong number. It's either they're telling you the truth and they don't want an offer and they're not serious, or they're lying to you. It's just not a good time. They don't want to take the call, or something about you or your phone number or what's going on in their life they don't like. So you need to let them know, hey, I have all this information you already gave us. I am the guy that they told you was going to make you an offer. All of our cold callers say, hey, my boss is going to call you. He's awesome. He's going to make you an offer. All of our setters say, hey, my boss, they give names. Adrian, Jason are going to call you within this time frame. They're going to give you an offer. We're letting them know, hey, I'm the guy that was going to make you an offer. Does that conversation sound a little more familiar now? So what we're doing, we are pushing them. And rather than just pushing them off the edge and putting them in a corner and saying, hey, you told our guy this. What's up? What happened? What changed? We're giving them an opportunity to say, hey, okay, yeah, I do remember that. Were you actually looking to give me an offer? So when you ask them, does that conversation sound a little more familiar now? Hey, I have all this information about you. Hey, my guy just spoke to you. They told you I was coming to make you an offer. Then, if they want an offer, if they are actually serious about selling, that should even them out. And then they say, oh, okay, yeah, I do remember that. Okay, good, I'm glad. So then you want to ask, be serious. So did you want to sell this thing then? Guys, you need to ask that question, right? Like all day. You're going to be asking that question all day, honestly. And that's why. You're not asking it because you don't know if they actually want to sell. I want you to assume everybody wants to sell. You are asking, do you want to sell this thing for leverage? And sellers know this too. They know this in their soul. They will tell you, I don't want to sell. I don't need to sell. You ever heard a seller say, hey, I'm not in a desperate situation. Hey, I'm not a motivated seller. I've heard sellers say that word for word. You probably have too. They say that because they're like, hey, give me back my leverage. I don't need to sell it. So you give me, let's see your number. And I'll probably say no, but if it's good enough, I'll say yes. We're not looking for that. If that's what it is, okay, no problem. No, go ahead. You want to cross your arms and get all tough over there? Stay tough over there. I'm not gonna try to fight. That's it. So you need to ask them that for leverage. And when they say, yes, I do want to sell, that gives you the leverage. Okay, you told me you wanted to sell and you wanted this and you wanted this. I can get that for you. But I need you to do this. That's it. So leverage, that's it. That's the game we're playing here with words. So, and when they ask, hey, what do you want to know? Maybe they do it right from the jump. What do you need? What do you want to know? Of course, I've got a lot of information in front of me right now. Now, when you say that, you don't want them to say, okay, so just make me an offer. What do you need from me? You also want to let them know, but if you could just update me and tell me some things I wouldn't be able to find out online, that would be all I need. So, and I stole this one from Adrian. He said, hey, there's just some things I can't get on public record. Can you help me out here? Because, he gets this response a lot. People are like, hey, I got to go. What do you need? What do you want? Why can't you make an offer now? Haven't you done your homework? All that stuff. And it's, hey, absolutely. I actually have more information than you would even imagine, but there's still some things I don't know online that only you would know. Can you help me here? You got a minute? So that's how you would ultimately get them to take a deep breath and give you a moment and answer questions if now's an okay time. So also, which I want to let you guys know this, with all these handles and all these objections, no conversation is going to be perfect, but with this script, guys, I think there was one call in here where I said, hey, here's the script I'm working on. I think I gave you guys like V3. We're on V7 by now, which is why I said I'm not going to release it to everybody because I knew I was going to make so many changes. So if any of you guys have V3, throw it in the trash. We're on 7. We're probably on 10 tonight. But that being said, the script and everything we do in our process, we want to pre-handle, obviously, all of these. I say pre-handle objections so much, I tried not to say it right there. But all of these questions, like what information do you need? We want to set the frame good enough they don't need to ask. And what company are you with? We want to tell them. What do you want to know? We want to tell them. You weren't looking for an offer? Well, hopefully our process is good enough that we have people that are actually looking for an offer on the phone with us. But anyway, these are some of these. What company are you with? Oh, I guess I was right past what do you need to know? Okay, what information do you need? We'll go with that one next. So if they ask, what information do you need? Hey, so I can see the street. This is really just another way to ask this question, but it's another way to answer it as well. I can see the street view and I have some info online we can confirm. But in terms of what's going on inside the house, I'll need to rely on you for some of that. So I can see what's going on out here and I have some info, but in terms of what's going on inside, I need your information. So walk me inside the front door. How's everything looking overall right now? And then this question, held on to it for years. If I walked inside, what year would I be walking into? I've always thought that was a good question, but you don't need to over ask it. And they may say, well, what the heck do you mean by that? And then what it's actually scripted, I have written, well, is this more of this is what we have scripted rather than what year am I walking into? What we have scripted is, hey, is this more of a 80s, 90s build inside, or is this from 2025, 2026? We just give them that big wide range and they tell us what's going on. So, what information do you need? Yeah. What company are you with? Hey, I'm with America's Best REI. We're a small group, but we do good business. I'll send you a link to our website and let you know we have an A rating with the Better Business Bureau, just so you know you're actually working with. We're looking for real estate to transact. Quite often we do business with sellers directly, so we can avoid heavy commissions on both sides. Anything else on us you want? So, and by the way, um, this haha is scripted. There are multiple ha-has scripted throughout the entire script, and every one of them is intentional. Okay. So when they say, I get these calls all the time or anything of the sort, I put a note here. They are literally begging you to be different. Obviously, they picked up. Obviously, they didn't hang up yet. I get these calls all the time. Okay, so they're frustrated, but they keep telling people they want to sell and they keep talking to people about their offers. So what are they doing? They're literally begging you to be their solution. Hey, I understand you completely. I get them all the time too. You guys, make sure you're always telling sellers, dude, I get them too. It drives me nuts. I got to turn my phone on silent. I just got a new number. I personally got a new phone number a few months ago. That's actually the hardest part of what I do. Everyone that called you before me. But I'd like to be serious with you and make you an offer by the end of this call if you'd like to never have to go through this again. Do you want me to make you an offer? So it's this. Hey, listen, I get those calls all the time too. I tell you what, it's the hardest part of my job, but I'm actually pretty serious about my offers, and I can make you one by the end of this call. So, I mean, are you looking to get one? That's it. So if you guys see, I still went back to hey, do you want me to make you an offer? Do you want to sell? Like, what do they want? Give me that leverage or don't. That's it. That's just, if you want to argue with me, just let me know what I have. Do you want to sell or no? You don't want to sell? Okay, I'm not going to fight. Not going to fight. But is there anything that will make you sell? No? Okay, no worries. See ya. Oh, you do want to sell. Okay. Well, shoot, man. Gosh, of course you get these calls all the time. These people are ringing you until you sell. And whenever you sell, you're still going to get those calls. But if you and I can work something out right now, be the last conversation you ever have to have about this, and you can tell those people to screw off from air. So, anyway, when you ask a question and a seller says, hey, that's none of your business, you'll hit them with, hey, I understand. There's just multiple ways I can go about buying a property. I'm trying to decide what way works best for you. I'm not happy unless you are, so I'm going to make sure I can get everything you need. Ultimately, just let them know if you're ever asking any questions, it's about what you're doing for them. It's not about what you're taking from them. It's about what you are creating to solve their issues or support their needs. So when they say, I'm not ready to make a decision yet, or, it could be, hey, I'm 6 months out, probably make a decision later on. Of course you're not ready. There's a lot of moving parts I haven't even spoken about yet. So trust me, I wouldn't want or even expect you to make a decision yet. We're in no rush at all. I'm here to answer any question you have, and then I've answered the script. So it's, oh my, you're not ready? Of course you're not ready. There's so much information we haven't even went through yet. I wouldn't expect you to be even close. So we're in no rush at all. Bang, bang. And then we'll go through some instant offer objections here. Let's see what we got written down. When they want a number before you've earned the conversation, match the energy, hold the frame, go in. I was on one when I wrote this. Objections are fun. Guys, the seller pushing for an instant number is a tell. They're either testing you because they're tired of the fakes or they're actually ready to go. So, what's your offer? Then you guys do your homework, like we spoke about. Well, I've got more information than you'd imagine, but I don't know enough because you haven't told me what only you would know yet, which is why I'm calling you now to discuss specifics, condition, and to come to an agreement today if you're truly looking to sell. What is it you're wanting to do? We kind of already went through that, but it's another way. What's That's that. Well, don't you have an offer ready? Guys, if you ever get smart sellers that are just trying to be mouthy with you and hit you with stuff like this, man, you never know what type of person it is. It could be somebody that's busy and they're tired of calls and they really need an offer. And they're in the Walmart auto care center taking the calls they're trying to check out. And they're like, oh, well, what's your offer? Don't you have an offer ready? And they can't answer questions. Or if it's somebody that's sitting on their beach house and you're calling them about the rental and they're like, oh, what's your offer? You never actually know. So you have to take every single one of these conversations seriously and you have to apply enough pressure that the answer can be revealed efficiently. So don't you have an offer ready, Vad? Well, no, not yet. We're on the phone right now, so I can give you an offer. And I need information from you that you know and I don't. I could give you a random and conservative offer, but that wouldn't help anybody. When I make an offer, it's serious and legitimate. So I can't just guess without speaking to you. And then you would advance in the script. Now, obviously, they're asking this up front. This is not later in the conversation. If it's later in the conversation, you have enough information to tell them what you're missing. This is up front. You're letting them know, hey, you want me to give you a random offer? It's not going to help anybody. But I will make you a serious offer if you're willing to speak. And then advance. And when they hit you with this, because in our script, we're hitting them with, hey, what's going on? Calling to make you an offer. Are you busy now? And they'll hit us with, I'm ready for the offer. And we'll say, oh, okay. Awesome, man. Absolutely. Let's get right to it then. Hey, I got a pen and paper. What's going on with this one? You ready? All right, let's go. And then they probably say, because they're being smart. They know it. They probably say, oh, I thought you had an offer ready now. Then you'll say, oh, of course, man. That's what this call is for. I just need some information that only you would know, and we can finalize this thing today. Does that sound good with you? And so as you guys can see, I have multiple of these written in different ways. Seems to be the same thing written in different ways. Because there are going to be different scenarios where the same principles apply. So seller says, hit me with it. What's the offer? Now, why don't we do this? Hey, Nick PCs.
Yo, no, what's up?
Why don't you read that? Why don't you read what the seller would say right here?
Where are we at? Seller would say.
Hit me with it. What's the offer is what the seller would say.
All right, hit me with it. What's the offer?
Yeah, awesome, man. Hey, glad we're ready to go. If you've got time now, I will be able to get you the offer in writing after we have a conversation, get some final details locked in. Does that sound like a plan to you?
Give me an offer right now or I'm hanging up.
Listen, I don't know who else called you, and I'm sure you're tired of it, but I'm serious about my offers and can close at any point in time. So if you are serious, this can be the last conversation you have to have about this property. If not, no worries. Nick, are you willing to share some details I can't find online right now? I'll be as quick as possible for you.
The property is not for sale.
Well, absolutely. I can I can see it's off market and I wouldn't argue there. I'm here just checking to see if it's a possibility now or in the near future for you.
Yeah, I think we can talk about it.
Nice. Clean. Whoops, I accidentally unshared. Look at all y'all in here, man. Rock and roll. Okay. And then we have a section here, all decision makers must be present. And so if a spouse or a partner is involved, there's a certain point in our script where I put a block. Hey, if the wife or husband or other partner or decision maker is not there, you stop right now and you schedule for a follow-up, and then you'll pick up right here where you left off. Make sure you guys never miss that. If a spouse or partner is involved, okay, got it. They're around and jump on the call with us right now. If not, if they're not available, oh, no worries. Do you think they'd be opposed to us talking about this today? And how did it go last time you guys spoke about selling? And when was the last time you guys spoke about selling? You want to find out exactly what's going on, who is where, and who you need to talk to, and who needs the pressure, and who you need to befriend. That's what you need to find out whenever the spouse is involved. If they're not present, okay, I want to make sure everyone's on the same page and I can answer any questions we have. When do you think the best time for us to all get on the phone together? Or make it more personalized if you know the spouse is at work. Oh, what time does she get off work? When does she work till? 5? Oh, got it. You guys eat dinner around 6, 7? What do you think? When would be the best time to give you a call that you guys are both available to have a conversation? Okay. And if the spouse does join mid-call, this is a very important note for you guys. When a spouse joins, you cannot continue. There was a call I was listening to. I don't remember if it was one of my guys or one of you guys, but the spouse was sitting right there, and the person didn't address them the entire time. Like they were only talking to the one seller, not the other person, not the spouse. And I thought it was so ridiculous. I was like, that's awful. Like, let that guy be involved in the conversation. But if a spouse does join mid-call, Hey, Iola, I was just talking to your wife here about the place on Main Street. We called to make an offer and we're getting pretty close now. So I'm glad to have you here. And just to be clear, would it be wrong for me to say you're both on the same page with selling the place? And you want to get the new partner's side of the story. Okay? You've already built the rapport. You already have a relationship with the first person. You get the new person in, they need to share their side of the story immediately. Hey, would I be wrong to say you guys are on the same page with this? And you're in the same place as us in this transaction process? And then they'll give you the response to let you know it's either, well, I don't want to sell, and good luck. Can you guys hear that, baby? Yeah, anyway. But yeah, that's that. Locked in. Make sure you ask that. On to the next. And if it's a probate or there's multiple heirs, hey, you got to find out who's involved. You got to find out how many heirs. You got to find out who has the paperwork, and you got to find out who is the executor of the estate. So make sure you find out those things. If there's a probate or there's multiple heirs on the property. I like this is just this could be inserted in the script. This whole excerpt right here, this page, could be inserted in the script at like so many different points that it's like, I just made it its own little thing. So, what I need you guys to explain to the seller, Jason, my new guy, he called me right before I was on the phone with you guys, what that seller is talking about. We run through numbers. And he said, I was trying to explain to him, dude, I don't want you to make an offer on this guy. This guy's so out of his mind. I don't want you to make an offer. I need you to explain this. Sir, you're asking 400. His property is 2,500 square foot, 4-bed, 2-bath. 2,500 square foot, 4-bed, 2-bath. Asking 400. There's another property, 2,000 square foot, 3-bed, 2-bath. They're listed at 349. His property, 30 years outdated, wood, but a nice property. This property, fully renovated. Okay? So, what we're looking at here is this property fully renovated but smaller and listed at 350, and he's asking 400. This one's fully renovated, ours is not. What I needed Jason to explain to him, sir, if you look on the market right now, there's a property. It's smaller than yours, but it's fully renovated, listed at 350, never going to sell there. Not going to sell there. Price too high. Yours, because yours is bigger, would sell at that 350 if I listed yours, but that's after you renovate the property. So the math I have to do, sir, is I would sell it for 350. After all the fees, I'll pocket maybe 315, 320 around that range. I don't know, somewhere around there. But that's after I put the work in. In order to get to that 315, I had to put $40,000 into your property to make it look like that one to sell better than that one because it's bigger. Do you get what I'm saying? So the math I'm doing from there is 315 minus 40, 275. That's 275, and that's where I probably lose a couple dollars. That's me breaking even, probably losing a couple dollars. So you're asking 400. I'm at 275 if I don't want to make any money and if I probably want to lose my butt. So that me explaining that right there, that was the distance I got with Jason. And I explained that to him 5, 6 different times. And I said, I need you to explain that to the seller. Say that to the seller. You're not making an offer. He said, so my offer is 275? No. You're not making an offer. You're saying at 275? At 275, that doesn't even budget for any profit for our buyers or profit for us, but it's logic to explain to the seller that his number is ludicrous. And that's what you need to do all day, every day. Okay? So this negotiation per angle, counter every alternative, frame every number, own the comparison. Okay. Seller, Mr. Seller, to be honest with you, the highest dollar amount you could possibly get, the highest amount is by selling on the market after doing the house up in high-end finishes. You'd need a top-notch agent after you've cleaned up, prepared for showings, and done updates and repairs. Then, after all that, you get what people call market value. So this is where I come in. And I have total authority when I'm explaining this, just like you do. We have total authority. This is where I come in. For example, that if somebody wants to sell a $400,000 house on the market, they lose about 10% by closing. 6% in commissions, 1 to 2% in closing costs, another 2% concessions, which can go up to 6%. And that's on top of any work they put in. So selling at 400 means walking with 360. And if the house needed 50,000 in work, well, you got to take that out first, too. Are you getting what I'm saying? So if you skipped all of that, we're talking, You got to put $50,000 in, and then you're looking at maybe a net of 310,000. That's after you come 50,000 out of pocket. So if you skipped all that and sold directly to me right now, what are you realistically looking for? I need you guys to use this. If not, no problem. More, no, 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 no. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? You guys all need to use this. Like, we need to let sellers know that their properties are not worth as much as they think they are. You guys all need to use this. I don't know what I'm thinking. More for me if you guys don't use this. No, no, no. Less for me, less for all of us. If we don't educate these people that, hey, when you sell on the market, you don't just, it's not free. I'm rebuilding a deck right now in the boonies. Never been there. I've never built a deck, but I'm paying for it because I'm trying to sell a house on the market. It's not free. You have to work. You get what I'm saying? Like, we have to educate these people and let them know every possible negative side effect or downside of working with somebody that we don't know is as professional as we are. You guys with me? Bang. Okay. So, then they tell you, you say, what are you realistically looking for? And they're like, well, that's crazy. No, I can't sell it for the number you're talking. I can't do it. Okay. So then here's a probing question that you guys are going to poke them with. You guys are going to do this all the time. What would you do if you didn't sell it to me? Now, the only response I've written so far is just this one, which I'll write more. But I'll just list it with a realtor because it's like one of the most common, of course. And you're going to hit them with this. You're going to agree. Hey, I think a lot of times that's a good idea. What do you think you'd list it for? Put it on them. Now they're going to tell you, oh, I'd list it at this number. If it's way too high, oh, well, sir, I don't think that's a good idea because you have this, 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 and this on the market competing with you. It wouldn't sell. Oh, okay. So you probably look at it around this price. Okay, well, yeah, maybe I'll sell it around this price. Okay, so if you sell it around this price, you're looking at this in fees and this as a walkaway number. And you said you had to do work here and here, so you could look at potentially paying more in concessions there as well. So you're looking at walking away with around this number to this number. Okay, but I mean, if I could come in around this range and make it super easy, you don't have to go through X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, then would you be open to potentially working out something today? That's it. Let's go to war. What else I got in there? Um, you guys know the stats we love. 70% of realtors ain't sold a house in a year. Only 1 in 10 houses sell at list price. The Zillow sell price is, yeah, that's it just says that twice. Okay. Post offer objections. We got more, gang. I said, yeah, we'll get through it pretty quick. It's real short. But all right. Hey, somebody hit me with it. Edward in the car. Hit me with, hey man, the offer's too low.
Hey man, the offer is just a little bit too low, Noah.
Oh, I hear you, Edward. I understand for sure. I'd say it's a little low too. The good thing is, we only get closer from here. So, like I said, that's in a perfect world if time is an immediate threat. So, I mean, Ed, what kind of number you think would actually get this done for you?
Yeah, I'm thinking probably, I need about 500,000, I would say.
Okay, understood. Well, I'll tell you what, Edward. The highest dollar. Nah, I'm just. What would you do if you didn't sell it to me? Nah, but no, good stuff. So that's that. And then the next one. Read this one too. It's you can either hit me with, I can't sign this right now, or I need to think about it. I put them as one and the same.
Yeah, no, I need to think about it, man.
Oh, of course, I hear you, man. Oh, Edward, I'll never make you do anything that isn't good for you. I'll never force you into something you don't want to do. Whenever you need, just call. And by the way, the reason I'm on this call is to make sure you have an exact understanding of our process. So, when it comes to signing, it's our first written handshake. I agree to pay you X amount within a certain time frame, and I cover all the closing costs. So, is there anything you're worried about right now?
I'm just thinking maybe I can get more money for it. You're the first guy I'm talking to, my neighbors showed some interest when I mentioned it to them a while ago. Everyone in my neighborhood, man, they're just selling for top dollar right now. So, I would hate to try to sell to the first offer that I got.
Good stuff. Well, that's a new one we're adding, Edward. Can't
Oh,
sell to first offer.
We get a
So
whole lot of that over here. So
that's good stuff. That's good. No, I've definitely heard that recently on my guys' calls. Great stuff. Now, what my guys' automated response to whatever they said would probably be is, Edward, the only reason I'd ask again is I just can't promise I'll be available to lock something in tomorrow. Um, what is it you're thinking right now?
yeah, I'm thinking, I just don't want to cut myself too low and say, 500 and really it's worth 550 or 560, I'm not really too much in a rush to sell it. So I guess I'm just a little early on and kind of want to explore my options.
Hmm. Okay. Understood. Well, Edward, at this point, I guess I'm just looking for you to give me some kind of direction here, whether I should get ready to do this with you or put this money elsewhere. Now, in reality, Ed, maybe I'm probably negotiating with you, but for the sake of getting through this, I'm reading this right now. Um, whether I should get ready to do this with you or put this money elsewhere, I don't need a yes or no. I just need to know where you see this going. I am available right now. And that would just be another response for you trying to get them to understand that timing and urgency is an immediate threat because, hey, I can't promise I'll be here. Now, reading this through right now, I actually think we need to make these, I'm going to tweak these and make these a little more aggressive. I think it's a little too soft. But
Yeah. A lot that I'm running into, Noah, not to go off track here,
no, this is
is
perfect, Dad. Perfect.
people want to sell. They're inquiring about selling. It's on their mind. They've been thinking about it for a while, but they still live in the house and they really haven't found a new place yet,
Yep.
right? So
Yep.
it's kind of, we run through all the options of saying, hey, we can help you with all that. We
Yep.
could make our agreement contingent on you finding the next place, all that stuff. But I think just sitting in their shoes, right? I've lived in this house for 30 years. I do want to sell it, but I haven't really decided where I'm going to go.
Hmm.
Is a pretty hard decision to make, right? And we understand that. And we communicate that to them like, look, I get it. There's a lot that goes into this. Let us be of service and help you out, right? Any of your concerns we can take care of. But I think to move that needle forward is almost like, do I try to help them find a place? Do I get the agreement in place? You know what I mean? I'm just thinking,
Exactly.
what's gonna create more value for their situation? Is it finding
Yeah.
the new place? Is it getting the agreement
Of
together?
course. Of course. I love it. I love it. Okay, so it's need to find a new place. That's the objection. Hey, I need to find a new place first. So, I mean, all we're really solving for is things that would keep us from signing an agreement, correct? We're not handling objections to get us to the closing table right now. The only objections we need to handle are the ones that get us to signing a paper to start the process.
Got
So,
it.
Mr. Seller, I just to let you know, you and I come to some kind of agreement here is not us closing. We're not closing tomorrow by any means. This is so funny. I'm gonna have a perfect scenario. It just happened yesterday. I should just play that call recording for you guys. It's this same exact scenario. This lady signed a contract with us. It's gonna be a six-figure rip. And she's like so crazy she already forgot. But she loves Adrian so much, and that's the thing. We have to find her a new place. And that was her thing. Oh, I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. I can't do it. And we said, hey, we are willing to work with you. We'll go ahead. What we're going to do, we're going to put 60 to 90 business days. What we're also going to do, we're going to put that we can go before that if you need. So if you ever want to close earlier, we'll do it. We're also going to put that it's extendable. So if you need more time, I have no problem with that at all. I'd be willing. We'll communicate with each other. We'll give you more time. That being said, 90 business days is quite a while. What I'll also do, because we have boots on the ground, I have a team in the area, we're going to help you and we're going to hunt for the right place for you. So, we'll get with you and we'll get a list of everything you're looking for, what it is you're not looking for. We'll get that handled. But on this document, what I'm going to go ahead and do, because this just starts the process, because the only way that I am able to guarantee you this amount of money, guarantee that I can have your back, guarantee that I can go hunt for a property for you is if we have an agreement in place, because then I'll be able to spend money on your behalf and I got your back. We'll make this happen. But until we have an agreement in place, I'm not able to help you out at all. And we stay in the same situation, just stuck. So if you are willing, not even if you are willing, guys, forget that I said that. Forget that I even said if you are willing, because it's not that. It is, okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to write, we can extend it, we can make it shorter. I'm going to help you find a place. We're not going to do anything or worry about anything until we have that ready. And then we'll worry about closing. If you need a moving company, if you need this, if you need that, I got your back.
Love it. I love that. That's fantastic. Is because I guess sometimes when I'm in person, I focus on like getting this thing closed. But you're absolutely right. Just get the agreement signed, and then let them know, hey, we'll do X, Y, Z, right?
Let's
But
go.
definitely be aggressive on getting the signature. Absolutely.
Let's go, dude. Come
I
on.
guess I'm just a little worried sometimes because like I know everywhere is like time kills all deals, and it's like
Don't
I
no no
want.
no, but not in that sense. It's like you don't want to let a lead sit. You don't want to blast a deal for dispo and then respond to people a week later.
Right.
Time kills all deals in that sense. Time doesn't kill deals in the sense that, hey, we get a contract and then the sellers have 60 days of shenanigans before we can even get in the house to get photos and then list it. Time don't kill deals that way. Not if you structure it properly and you say, okay, hey, I know you guys want 60 days to do whatever without us bothering you. I can't guarantee my offer will be here in 2 months. I can guarantee it's here right now. So what we'll do is we'll just write that, hey, we'll sign this contract today, but our effective date, the date at which the clock starts and we start moving, will be 60 days from now. Does that sound good?
Right. Okay.
You get what I'm
No,
saying?
that's great. No, that makes sense. I love the hey, up until we get the agreement put together, right? I can't put the funds and allocate resources to help you do all these things that I'm promising until I get an agreement in place. Does that make sense? So I love that.
It's just a written handshake. It's what we need to start the process, Ed. Ed, I would love if real estate were as easy as I call you and write you $1 million check. I wish we could transact that way, but with all the moving parts here, there's so many different things that we have to make sure of and be aware of. And the moment you and I start this process together, I'm spending money and I'm allocating funds to get this thing done with you. And I want to make sure I'm here for you. And I know you guys have lived here since you built the place 20 years ago. I know you've thought about moving, but you haven't done it yet. I'm here to make sure it's the easiest process for you. Now, I understand there's no point in you selling to me if I can't find you a new place. So that's what I'm here for. And ultimately, it's all about just keeping whatever they need in the center of the decision. And just know, guys, we are gatekeeping what they need with a contract. Okay? Why? To protect ourselves. Obviously, if you just connect them with a buyer, then there goes the moral obligation that you had by God to provide for your family. But my point is, let's go. Okay, so they say I want you to come see it first, guys. We're all hearing this. Some of you guys that go in person, you're like, yes, I'm coming now. But for us virtual guys, that's like sometimes the bane of our existence. So hey, I understand completely, Ed, and I will come see it. Here's our process. Authority driven. Here is our process. This is how we do things. You love me. You want to work with me. Here's how we do it. Here's our process. First thing, we'll come to an agreement. Number two, we'll put it in writing as a written handshake. This allows me to start work on my end. Number three, we'll take it to the title company. They run the title search. I pay for that, plus photos and an inspection. And once the title comes back clean, we both agree on a closing date. Get you paid. I'll take title. That's it. Make sense? That's it. I understand. And I will come see it. Absolutely. Here's our process. We're going to come to an agreement. Then, and I guess I should make this a little more clear. It should say walk it. You walk it. But that being said, you guys get exactly what we do here. It's not, okay, I'll come see it. It's, hey, here's our process. We're going to come to an agreement first after we've had this conversation. I'm going to take the doc to the title company. I'm going to pay for that. We're going to run title search. I'm going to pay for that. We're going to do an inspection. I'm going to pay for that. And once we're good with that, we'll go ahead and close. So we'll see it after we have a written handshake. And guys, sometimes if they push back enough on that, whatever. You can't go over it. You can't go under it. You got to go through it and get somebody in the house. You know what I mean? Sometimes that will happen. And there's nothing wrong with that, I don't think. Sometimes sellers want you to go see the house. But just know you can use this response. You can say, hey, by the way, every single time a seller has told me that they need me to come see the property, it's been because the work is way worse than we've communicated, or it's in way worse shape than I could understand. So is that the case with this one? I just want to be clear. We got to ask that. So then just say, okay, well, I'll just budget for max rehab. I do this every day, to handle that. So that could be it. Maybe they'll tell you the truth.
Everything sounds good. I love everything that you mentioned, but I think I just want to run it past my attorney. He helps me in all of my stuff that I've ever done. So I think I just got to talk to him.
Of course. I understand completely. Okay. So Ed, before I send this, go ahead, call them right now. Let me know when your attorney's available for like a 10-minute call. It's a super simple offer. and we'll get this all squared away. I'll wait on standby.
Yeah, I don't know if he's available right now. No, he's a pretty busy guy. I would have to like schedule something with him.
Oh, okay. No, no worries. I just can't really send this until we're ready. Every single dollar, Ed, that we spend goes through legal facilitation with the title company. They're a third party with their license on the line. I cover that cost, and I also pay for us to have an attorney with title. I'm curious, what exactly are you looking to pay an extra attorney for?
Yeah, I guess he doesn't charge me too much, but he's just helped me make a lot of decisions. I just want to run it past him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, tell you what, man, Ed, this document has been approved by I say approved. I meant this document's been reviewed by hundreds of attorneys. But dude, I got no problem with it at all, man. So we'll go ahead. I guess here's the one thing I would need. I would need to know that we are going to have a resolution pretty quickly. So if you could, before I send anything, go ahead, Ed. I need you to reach out to your attorney, get in touch with them, see what's going on. And once you can get a time, I would like for us to all hop on. I need to write this down. I would like for us to all hop on a three-way call so we can go through this together and I can answer any questions that you would have throughout the time and any questions the attorney would have as well. Does that sound something? Does that
Okay,
sound
that
good
sounds
with
good.
you?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
Cool. I think it's pretty fair. What do you think? I think that would work.
yeah, yeah. No, that's fair. Um, I haven't had a whole lot. I need to speak to my attorney yet.
Mhm.
I've had a whole lot of talk to a sibling, a brother, a friend, all that other stuff.
Yeah,
Which just as
yeah.
you mentioned, the same thing with the attorney. Like, hey, let's get him on a call. Like, we just
Yes.
did one signing where they're like, hey, she's out of town. She's helped us make all our decisions. She won't be back until next week. I'm like, hey, look, I can come over. Like, we can get her on a Zoom call. Like, let's
Yeah.
just get her present. Like
Yeah.
we'll go over everything together. And
Let's rock.
for
Let's rock.
some reason, he was really adamant about getting this lady there, so we had to wait until she was actually in town. But they ended up signing once she came in town, so it's
Oh,
cool.
good stuff, dude. Beast. We love it.
Yeah.
Let's go. Rock and roll, man. I got one novation objection written down so far. Like I said, this is V7, V10. We'll have a V10 by tonight. I don't know when I'm gonna like give it to y'all, but it'll be when I don't know. Anyway, what happens if after 90 days nobody wants it?